I'd like to call to order the town board meeting for the town of Shandaken, month of November 2017. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
The United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Board Member Alba? Here. Board Member DeScalani?
Here.
Board Member Moy?
Here.
Board Member Storrs? Here. Supervisor Stanley?
Here. Entertain a motion for approval of previous town board minutes.
Motion. I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. That wasn't for you, Rick, but you might as well have been. Sounds already.
What about Chuck?
Supervisor report, October 2017. Franchise fees, $17,231.31. Police fees, $55. Ambulance fees, $19,865.43. Town clerk, $3,250.99. Cell tower, $252.87. Justice fees, $9,675. Building permit fees, zoning, $3,145. Dog licenses, $84. Pine Hill water rents, $4,000. Phoenicia water rents, $10,000. Phoenicia water postage reimbursement, $95.88. Highway interest, $6.11. Insurance reimbursement, $137.52. Scrap metal, $312. Smart growth, $13,189.20. New York Rising CDBG DR, it should be $17,294.28 for a total of $98,594.59. Communications. So we just held our public hearing on the proposed 2018 budget. There were some minor changes to the budget. So we have changed, and we will be posting these tomorrow. We've changed the fund balance, usage of the fund balance for the highway department by $50,000, increased it by $50,000. So now reads $450,000. And we also renegotiated a contract for shared services with the county, which increased almost $10,000. So we have a $60,000 reduction in the tax base. So the tax, real property tax should read $1,650,000 for $650,400. So it's an increase of 6.91, which is a change from 10.8%. On the general side, there's a $20,000 increase on sales tax revenue, which reduces again the property tax revenue necessary for 2018 by $20,000, so it reduces it to $2,077,633 for a total tax increase of 5.69%. Overall, the general budget spending is up 5.24%, meaning spend, I don't have the total number there. Total spending is up $132,000 more than this year, which creates a 5.69% increase in the general tax levy. The spending is up and highway spending is up 2.75%, meaning the proposed spending is up $166,000 more than this year, combined with a $45,000 decrease in non-taxable revenues, is what creates a tax levy increase of 6.9%. Overall, the cumulative tax increase, including the special districts, is roughly 5.45%, which in turn translates to an increase of $54.50 in your town taxes if you paid $1,000 in town taxes last year, which of course is barring any change in your assessment. Medical Arts Building. We are currently in negotiations with a newly forming medical group who are interested in leasing the town-owned building on Ave Maria Drive in Phoenicia in order to again provide health services. We hope to have something next month to present to and finalize a lease. In the interim, there are several building repairs that are necessary. Last year, we had awarded a bid to repair the basement entry on the building. That contractor, due to personnel matters, was unable to perform the work. In the meantime, the handicap ramp has fallen into a state of disrepair. We then reached out to the other bidders who declined the work this spring and summer. After several requests for bids from other contractors, we have one who is willing to complete both jobs and feels confident he can have it completed before the new tenants take residency. Spirits Enterprises from West Saugerties will perform the work for a fee of $7,580 to be paid from the Good Neighbor Fund, as was cited in the approved resolution last year. Miscellaneous, we have a resolution to allow another property owner to move into the New York City funded flood buyout program. This home is located in the floodway at the beginning of Fox Hollow Road in Shandaken. 2 neighboring properties have already been bought out through FEMA and are currently held in possession of the New York City DEP. If the owner wishes to pursue the buyout, we are requesting that DEP also take possession of this parcel at closing. There is a proposal for a logging permit along Gooding Road in Highmount. The permit requires we hold a public hearing, which will be held prior to next month's regular town board meeting. Past assessor and current member of the Assessment Board of Review, Eric Reeser, has resigned his position. With more than 20 years' experience in assessment activities, Mr. Greaser has served our community well, and we wish him the best in his upcoming endeavors. Town Highway Department is due to renew a shared service agreement with Ulster County Department of Public Works, where the town provides snow plowing and winter maintenance on specific county-owned roads. We currently provide this along Gallicurchie Road, County 49A in Highmount, and Main Street in Phoenicia. In exchange, the county compensates the town annually. Chief Story and the Board of Police Commissioners have made a recommendation to hire a new part-time officer to work his way through the police academy. We welcome Officer Daniel Odendahl to the ranks. While he is still in the academy, he will only be compensated at minimum wage. Personnel. So last week at the close of business on Friday, my secretary bookkeeper, Carol Herdman, unexpectedly resigned her position with the town after starting here earlier this year. Carol simply wanted more time to enjoy her retirement and time with her family. We enjoyed having Carol in the office, and we wish her good luck. With the timing of this, I will be putting in for a motion to move Lynn Stewart, part-time confidential bookkeeper, to full-time. Lynn has proven herself to be an asset in the office and has great command of the accounting demands required for the position. We will advertise an interview for a new part-time confidential secretary, Pine Hill and Phoenicia Water District billing clerk, and Phoenicia Water District bookkeeper. I hope we can appoint someone to these posts by next month. I also want to congratulate everybody who has won an election yesterday, and see Councilman-elect Larkin is here, so congratulations to you, congratulations to Faye. And I know that the county legislative race is tight, and I've been there myself. God bless us. I want to be there again. It's not fun having to wait for votes. So, anyway, on that, our next regular board meeting is scheduled for Monday, December 4th, 2017 at 7 p.m. With that, I'll move on to other communications. And again, as we have annually, Mrs. Turkey is here to talk about what?
The turkey drive. So I just wanted to remind you all to the 7th annual Phoenicia Turkey Trot is happening Saturday, November 25th, leaving from the Parish Hall. For those of you that have not been in years before, it's a 2.4-mile loop. You can run, walk, wobble, or gobble. We usually have between 300 and 400 participants every year, so it's a great community event. This year, all the proceeds from the Turkey Trot are going to the Shandaken Parks and Recreation Board in their efforts to provide a skate park for the Smith Park in Highmount. So it's an extra special one. Camera.
Oh,
Oh,
camera. People watching through the camera.
Okay. Yeah, I guess there's more people out there. You can sign up for the turkey trot on runreg.com to pre-register. There are still about 40 spots left for free t-shirts. So the free t-shirts go to the first 100 pre-registered. You can register race day. And we have family and individual registration fees. So if you would like to volunteer, you can also contact us. We have a website, it's www.phoeniciaturkeytrot.com. So you can email us through the website. We also have, Patty and I have our phone numbers on the registration forms here. So we hope you come out and join us for a really good cause for Shandaken. And thank you for the town board for all your support. I hope you guys are all coming out, right?
I'll be here.
I know Joyce goes away every year.
I assume I'm on the mic
right?
again.
Yeah.
What's that?
I assume I'm on the mic again.
You're on the mic again, unless you want to run.
I have torn meniscus.
Uh,
Not happening.
You can walk. You can run. You can walk. So we hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, again, if you have it's a really fun event. Again, as she said, you can walk, you can run. Everybody has a blast. They have a good time. The kids, the tot trot is fun. Watching them chase Bill Rudge in a turkey suit around
That's
the
right. We
field.
got the free top shot. We do have also we prize out the first place male and female.
The grand turkeys.
The grand turkeys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. With that, we'll move on to committee reports.
Do you want me to do mine?
What? Oh,
Events?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know, you gotta take it
Got it.
home with that turkey, I know.
A bit hungry.
Okay, upcoming events for the month of November. On Saturday is Veterans Day, and there'll be a ceremony at the American Legion Post, 9:50 in Phoenicia, 11 o'clock. Also on Saturday, the Phoenicia Library is having their fundraiser at the Phoenicia Playhouse at 6 p.m., and they'll be viewing the movie Man on a Wire with a question and answer period afterwards with Philippe Petit, the man who walked the wire in between the World Trade Center. Saturday, November 18th, 7 to 11 a.m. is a benefit breakfast for Mike Joyce at the Big Indian Alveria Firehouse. Saturday, November 18th is the annual Community Thanksgiving Dinner at the Parish Hall, 2 p.m. All is welcome. You can bring a dessert, and there's no charge. Saturday, November 25th, of course, is the Turkey Trot. And also, on Veterans Day, there will be a display opening for the month of November at the Historical Museum of Pine Hill. Stop in and see their display with a book on the town of Shandaken residents that served in the military. You can research your family history, have a tour of all the hamlets in our town, and meet with the director, Kathleen Myers. They're open Friday through Sunday, 10 to 6, and their phone number is 254-4460. And another reminder, if you haven't already registered for our emergency alert system, please do so. The town signed up for the service a year ago this month, and we have sent 3 alerts out to our residents in that time. 2 were regarding serious winter storms, and 1 recently for flood and high wind warning. We were able to send a message to landline phone, cell phone, call or text, and email, and we reached over 700 people in 30 seconds. It's an awesome system, and you should take advantage of it. You can go to shandaken.us/alerts to sign up with your smartphone or computer. And if you don't go online, or if you know somebody that doesn't go online, you can call my office and I will sign them up. And my phone number is 688-5004. Thank you.
Joyce, could you just say again when the Veterans Ceremony is?
It's always 11 o'clock.
11 a.m.
It's November 11th, the
11th
11th day, and the 11th
11,
hour.
okay.
Yes, yes.
11, okay.
Of the 11th
And
month.
at the Legion Hall,
Yep,
right?
at the Legion Hall, rain or shine.
Okay.
Walk out your front door.
That's it.
With that, thank you. With that, we'll move on to committee reports. Chief Whalen.
Good evening, everyone. Shandaken Ambulance received 30 calls for the month of October. No mutual aid given or received. I would also like to start this month's report by saying job well done by the staff of the ambulance, who has had some trying calls in the month of October. As we come into the start of what I hope to be a good winter season, I would also like to remind everyone, if they have not already done so, to test and change the batteries in your smoke detectors. For those that are going to fry their Thanksgiving turkey, I would also like to remind everyone not to fry the bird in the house, and to make sure that it is fully thawed before putting it in the oil. For those that have not tried to do this in the past, or for those that have have not done it since last year, I recommend to everyone, YouTube the videos to see how to properly do it safely. I'd also like to commend Joyce and the town board on starting the alert program. It's pretty good numbers for 700 people to be hit in 30 seconds. And as always, I hope everyone has a safe and happy month and a happy Thanksgiving. And if you drink too much, please don't drive, call somebody. I really don't want my ambulance to come and have to help you.
Thank you, Chief. Yeah, make sure they pack that turkey dry. It's not just thawed out.
Again, if you YouTube some of the videos, it's pretty interesting to watch the oil explode all over the place.
Thank you. With that, we building and zoning. Mr. Tuttle.
So in October, across 242 calls, 78 building, 64 zoning, which is an increase, 27 for floodplain, 28 building permits, 8 new renewals, 3 demolition, 5 floodplain. Oh, I might mention the floodplain questions. A lot of people selling their houses want to know if their new purchasers will be required to get flood insurance. There's a lot more going on with the letters that FEMA sent out about new maps and all. It's now a year later, and we're still getting questions about who is and who isn't required. So it's an ongoing learning curve. 56 building inspections, 2 fire inspections, 3 certificates of occupancy, 10 certificates of compliance, 9 requests for research, 0 stop work orders. Seems you're starting to realize that I'm everywhere. So there's not a lot of people who are, and after I printed this out, I had 3 in the last 3 days. So total income of $3,975. The Pine Hill Sewer Extension has been completed, finally, and turned over to the town. I contacted the DEP, they want no involvement, lateral connections to the individual properties, so they have no oversight. They just want to be informed as it progresses. They decided that the responsibility for that falls to the town, more specifically the building department. To date, we've already received 3 applications, and work will be starting tomorrow on 2 of them, and the 3rd one possibly next week. There have been concern raised as to the time allotted for the connection to be made. According to town code, states they have 90 days from the time they were informed to make the connection, due to the fact that they were a year behind, and they handed it to us in October, towards the beginning of October, but I couldn't hand out the letters to the people and say, you got to connect your sewer, and they said, well, where is it? I hadn't received as-bills. So basically, there's somewhere on your property, there's a pipe, and I can't tell you where it is. So it took them another 2.5 weeks for them to get me the plans to show me when I go out on the property, because there is one of the contractors, Hubble, has their own set. Well, they should. They did all the work, but it's not a requirement that they do the work in the future. So if they call somebody else, they're going to call me because I can't do what? Go dig up your front yard. You'll find it sooner or later. So that took an extra 2 weeks.
Are they giving you the plans?
They did.
Okay.
They dropped off a set of as-bills so I can go out and reference what's there, because they always leave a stake and then they mow the lawn and it's gone.
Right.
So the more information I can get them, the better it will be.
We talked about this the other day, and we'll be in touch with the DEP about getting an extension.
That's the next thing here. We all know winter's unpredictable.
Right.
Could be here next week.
Right.
So I don't think it'll be a problem to push it. And Hubble's already said that too.
Right.
You can't go out in the middle of winter, 4 feet of snow. So that's that.
Thank you. Police. Chief Story.
Good evening. So we handled 130 calls and had 14 arrests for the month. More importantly, there's a resolution in front of you to hire Officer Odendahl. Impressive young man, impressive resume, and he certainly impressed our police commissioners during the interview. So he'll be an asset. He's merely filling a vacancy from Officer Benacasa, who's going to go to the state police.
I just want to add again, I know I expressed it to you, but to the rest of the board, so it's not that the police are just there for our protection, but they're also part of our community, and I had to give kudos to Chief Story, and specifically one of his officers, Officer Hassett, came down. There was an emergency call in Pine Hill on Halloween night. Everything was okay, thankfully. So, but on his return back through Main Street, there was one young child riding a little
Oh, I got a
plastic
picture.
motor
I
scooter,
got a picture.
and he was dressed up like a SWAT
Yes.
officer, and Kyle pulled him over, told him it's not a legitimate, illegal vehicle, and then he gave him a little tour of the car, and it made the kid's year probably. Like, you know, so thank him for that, and again, I enjoy seeing things like that, where again, it's not all about somebody getting arrested or taken down, it's about being part of the community and just being there, so, thank you. Phoenicia Water.
Good evening, everybody. Is this working? No. Okay.
Turn on.
Speak loud.
Talk about it. Usually it's working. Everything's running fine at the water, but we need to make arrangements between the town, between the water system and Eric to take on maintenance of the backup generator. So it's really, really important, because we'll lose a generator, we won't really know probably until we have a power outage and boom, no work. So that's important. Next meeting is on the 20th. Thank you.
Thank you. Nothing for Pine Hill Water. Museum. Statement.
Hi, everybody. We had 41 visitors this month at the museum. The museum has been very busy. We'd like to thank the board and Rob Stanley for the new furnace, so our collection is nice and safe and warm. We had that from Heritage Energy. Richie Bennett and myself got the estimates, and we got it put in. I'm sorry. Frank and Doris put together a ladies' fashion display of shoes, hats, and handbags for the Women's Network, who came from Margaretville. It's a group of ladies in business that come up. They go to a restaurant every month, and they have a nice night, and they enjoy the museum. They had a potluck. Kathleen gave them a wonderful tour, and I've seen some of the ladies since then, and they were very impressed with our museum in the town of Shandaken. Kathleen put a board together for the veterans post 950, and Frank and I took it down, and they just loved it. And so it's there for anybody who is around on Veterans Day. Stop down at the Legion and look at the boards. There's pictures there of a lot of the people who are in the services from the town of Shandaken. There's pictures there of the Ocker brothers. There was 5 of them in the service at one time, and different pictures and stories about things that happened many years ago. So that's just one of the things that Kathleen does. She did something like that for the community center. She did for the Pine Hill Arms Grant and the owners left of the history of the building and things like that. Laura Lynn Frazier was at the museum, and she brought some things from Ed West for us to have. She's also doing research for Stephen Dutcher and Virgil Benjamin. Diane Galusha was there looking for information on Dr. Orson. I guess that's all. I would like to mention that Kathleen Myers is our director, has been for several years. She's not only our director, she is also our researcher. She also gives tours. She does all the boards. She does all the cleaning. She makes all the phone calls. She does an awful lot of work, and she gives up every weekend all year long to work, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 to 4 at the museum. A lot of people comment on what a great job she is doing. She's our current historian. We have other things that we'd like to have done in the museum, hopefully some repairs in the future. Rob? Okay? I also have the visitors registration. It is full, and I'd like to give it to the board for them to look at, so they can look. Is that all right? If I come forward?
That's fine. Yeah. No, we're gonna bite you.
If you guys want to look at it, and then if you could have Gail return to us, we appreciate it.
Again, I'll just add, it's funny because Tim and I were talking a few weeks ago about, it was a number of years ago, before Kathleen was there, that Councilman Bernstein at the time basically did an audit for the museum to see what kind of visitorship was there and what we were spending there, and it came down to roughly 5 visitors a month. So for you guys coming here every month now, giving this report, keeping us updated on it, and hearing, numbers like 40, sometimes 60, or, the class comes over, or this group came over, it's really enheartening to know that this is actually happening and that people are enjoying the museum and getting some use out of it. And that, again, it speaks to quality of life here. And kudos to Kathleen, because I know she does give up every weekend, and that's a lot. I mean, that's why I don't work in restaurants anymore.
I would also like to add to that, I wrote a grant, this is from my Native American group. Rob, you wrote a really nice letter, and I did receive the grant, so there will be a wigwam that will be built and put up at the museum, so there will be some Native American education programs going on at the museum also.
Very good.
So I'd like to thank the board very much.
All right. Thank you, Mary Lou. Recreation, Marty is not here. We're still gathering troops to try to put this playground equipment in that we have. I actually finally got the instructions. That was nice to get. They sent, there was a crate in the highway department about the size of the dais here, filled with playground equipment, and there was not a lick of instructions with it, so we had no idea where stuff was going. It was like 4 pieces of equipment.
It's like I can see it.
Yeah, it was. So anyway, we got the instructions, so now maybe we can actually put this stuff in. With that, we'll move on to public comments and resolutions. Mr. Perez?
Is a resolution to take money from the Good Neighbor Fund for repairs on a town building. I was questioning, would like to know how much money is left in the Good Neighbor Fund?
Off the top of my head, I don't have a specific figure, but it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 385 or somewhere in there. 385,000. Not 385.
Well, the only issue that I have is, I mean, that money was supposed to be for a capital improvement, not repair. And if we keep dwindling it down, making repairs and buying equipment, there's not going to be enough left for a capital improvement at this time.
Again, there's things that come up, like the furnace at the museum was not budgeted. We didn't have that in the budget. It was a $10,000 expense, so those emergency expenditures do come up. With this building, this was something that we approved last year through the Good Neighbor Fund, and the gentleman couldn't complete the work, so we have to complete it. And to know that we're doing this work